Hello and welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Linda McNamee, in for Phil Gallagher. The Burlington Police Department is asking the public's assistance in identifying and locating a male suspect wanted for alleged use of a stolen credit card. According to the police information website, massmostwanted.org, the suspect pictured here allegedly used a stolen credit card to purchase $1,000 worth of gift cards from Best Buy in Burlington on Friday, May 25th. The suspect is described as a male with a medium build, a medium complexion, and short in height. Anyone with information is encouraged to call the Burlington Police Department at 781-272-1212. The investigator on this case is Officer Dominic Grossi, Jr. The town hall meeting room was packed with members of the Burlington Police Department and family members of officers on Monday as promotions were announced for 7 of the department's officers. The promotions represent the continued evolution in the leadership and operations of the Burlington Police Department as veteran leaders retire or move on to other roles and new leaders continue to rise. The members promoted were Lieutenant Robert J. Kirshner to Captain, Detective Sergeant Timothy McDonough to Lieutenant, Sergeant Daniel Hannafin to Lieutenant, Sergeant Kevin Cooney to Lieutenant, Patrolman Bernard Schiapoletti to Sergeant, Detective Thomas Carlson to Sergeant, Patrolman Peter T. Abakshuran to Sergeant. Chief Michael Kent said he was incredibly proud of this slate of promotions as it showed the tremendous depth of leadership in the Burlington Police Department. A 1982 Burlington High School graduate, Captain Kirchner is a highly educated and well-trained veteran of the Burlington Police Department. Captain Kirchner completed the FBI Law Enforcement Executive Development course in 2013 and is a 2016 graduate of the Police Executive Research Forum Senior Management Institute for Police. He joined the department in 1988, became sergeant in 2002, and was promoted to lieutenant in 2011. Lieutenant McDonough is a Burlington native who joined the Burlington Police Department in 1988. He has previously served on the Northeastern Massachusetts Law Enforcement Council, known as NEMLEC, SWAT team. He is certified as a federal active shooter instructor by the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. In 2005, members of NEMLEC SWAT responded to an armed barricaded hostage situation in Pepperell. The suspect fired multiple shots at the SWAT team while holding a hostage for over 3 hours before the SWAT team was able to negotiate a release of the captive and peaceful surrender of the suspect. For his actions in this event, Lieutenant McDonough was awarded the George L. Hanna Memorial Award for Bravery in 2006 by Governor Mitt Romney. Lieutenant Hannafin is a Burlington native who was appointed to the department in 2005 after a first career in communications and corporate sales. He is a current member of the NEMLEC SWAT team and serves as a firearms and defensive tactics instructor for the Burlington Police Department. He has been recognized with letters of commendation for his response as a NEMLEC member to the Boston Marathon bombing, along with a homicide in 2015 when he responded and helped supervise the scene. Born and raised in Burlington, Lieutenant Cooney is a 1983 graduate of Burlington High School and holds a bachelor's degree from Hesser College in criminal justice. Lieutenant Cooney served as a Pepperell officer for 4 years before joining the Burlington Police Department in 1987. He received a letter of commendation for his response and supervision of an early morning homicide that occurred in 2015. Sergeant Schiapoletti is a 1982 graduate of Burlington High School. Joining the Burlington Police Department in 1985 as a special police officer, Sergeant Schiapoletti became a full-time officer in 1988. He has served as traffic safety officer since 1998. In addition, he is a nationally certified child passenger safety instructor and traffic occupant protection strategies instructor, along with being the current and past president of the Massachusetts Safety Officers League. Sergeant Carlson is a 1997 Burlington High School graduate and a 2002 graduate of Northeastern University with a degree in criminal justice. In 2015, he received his master's degree in justice studies and public administration from Southern New Hampshire University. Joining the Burlington Police Department in 2004, he has served as detective since 2014. In 2012, he received a letter of commendation for his response to a dangerous homicide scene. In 2015, he was the lead investigator in a homicide that resulted in a life sentence for the two perpetrators, for which he has received an additional letter of commendation. Sergeant Bhaskaran is a 1998 graduate of Burlington High School and a 2004 graduate of Northeastern University with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. He received his master's degree from Anna Maria College in 2009. A founding member of the BPD Honor Guard, his credentials also include serving as a certified bicycle patrol officer and state certified firearms instructor. Sergeant Bhaskaran is a decorated officer, having received a life-saving commendation from the Burlington Board of Selectmen in 2008 and a commendation from Chief Kent for his work in response to the 2013 Boston Marathon bombing and search in Watertown as a member of NEMLIC RRT. Longtime resident and beloved member of the school community, Dottie Eden, is battling cancer. The community has rallied together and showed their support for the Dottie Strong campaign launched by students and their families. BNews reporter Robert Paris went to learn more and has this report.
Burlington is coming together to support a longtime resident and beloved member of the school community who is fighting cancer. Dottie Yaden, a bus driver who has given much of her time to a generation of students and supported them in their extracurricular endeavors, has become the focus of a Dottie Strong campaign launched by students and their families. This week I went down to the Burlington Fire Department to speak with Dottie about her career in the town.
Well, I grew up in Burlington myself. I'm a 1966 graduate of Burlington High School. All 4 of my kids grew up here. 11 of my 14 grandkids are growing up here. I've been driving a school bus for Burlington for 22 years, and I've just always volunteered. I love like the 4th of July. I love Burlington Pride Day and Truck Day, and I just love everything about the town. Always have.
She also goes to all the sporting events for the high school kids, so she makes herself present. She's always present.
I love the kids.
When residents heard the news about Dottie, the community rallied together to do everything they could for her.
It's a really strong community that rallies around our own. So students here have fundraised. They are selling bracelets. People were selling T-shirts. I know some of the football and hockey players got together and gave her a helmet, made the Channel 7 News, which was really exciting, and she was able to express there how much it meant to her to have that from those kids, knowing that they're thinking about her, because I think really Dottie does it because she loves kids.
So we love Dottie. Dottie's been our bus driver, I mean, since I played ball, so she's very special to all of us. Nobody loves Burlington kids more than Dottie. And so when we heard that she was diagnosed with cancer, we knew that we had to do something. So we decided we would have a game to support her, and we had so many people come out for it, and only Dottie can draw a crowd like that. Right. So the Dottie Strong game was just to, show her our support. We were able to collect donations and money to give to her to help her with her fight.
Dottie and her family are extremely thankful for the warm wishes and gifts from family and friends.
They've been so amazing. Every day I'm getting cards. They send baskets. I'm getting phone calls everywhere I go. Everybody I see just let me know they're praying for me and wishing for me, and it's just amazing, absolutely amazing.
For more than 20 years, Dottie has been driving the kids to school, supporting the Burlington athletes, and attending special events like the all-night grad party. Now, the 4th of July committee is giving Dottie a special ride of her own, and the car dedicated to the parade's Outstanding Citizen of the Year. There were a number of nominees this year, but in the end, the choice was clear.
All of them certainly well qualified and outstanding citizens in their own right. But I think Dottie's story sort of tugged on the heartstrings of the committee members, and she was our unanimous choice this year.
Dottie's reaction? Speechless.
Complete shock. When Al Fay and Terry Toppy ever walked in the house with flowers, I had no clue what was going on. I just didn't know what to say.
Finally, the community is always given a helping hand for someone who needs it the most.
Well, just giving back to her a little bit of recognition for all of the years that she's given of herself to the community. I think this is a nice way to, people in the community who may not know her story. This is a good way for us to share that with the rest of the community.
That no matter what's going on when you have a town that cares about their people and that you stand together no matter what, and you're right there for each other because everybody needs help. And it's overwhelming to see how this town has come together. And I've seen them do it before. This isn't the first time. And it's an amazing town.
We are all praying for you, Dottie, and wish you nothing but the best in your fight. For BNEWS Weekly, I'm Robert Paris.
Thank you, Robert, and go Dottie. We've got your back. Varsity Field at BHS was packed with teams and individuals fighting against cancer and remembering those lost to the disease during this year's Burlington Relay for Life. BNews volunteer reporter Jolie Atwood was there and has this look.
Varsity Field at Burlington High School was full of people last Saturday who had worked hard for months, fundraising in support of an important cause. Their mission that evening? To walk through the night to raise money to fight cancer, honor those who have passed due to the disease, and show love and support for those battling it. It was the 2018 Burlington Relay for Life. The relay began with an opening ceremony that featured guest speakers and was intended to both lift everyone's spirits with stories of victory over cancer and to harden them in their goal to fight the disease by remembering those lost to it. After the ceremony, the actual relay around the track began. As is tradition, the first lap was made by cancer survivors, many dressed in the traditional purple shirts designated to those who had fought the disease and survived. They were followed by those who have stood by the side of someone fighting cancer in the caregiver lap. BNews volunteer Jolie Atwood was at the relay and started by talking to the event organizers about the turnout and the number of teams participating.
Hi, this is Jolie Atwood here with
Cheryl Schaffman
and Julie Quinn.
And we're at the Relay for Life event on June 9th. So, how was the turnout this year?
Turnout was great. We had a lot of new teams this year, a lot of younger teams, very enthusiastic, happy to be here, and it was a great turnout. We're very happy with the turnout this year.
And how much money have you raised so far?
At the start at 5 o'clock, we were at $102,000, little over.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah, that doesn't include the money that we've taken in this evening, too, so it's definitely going to go over that.
During the evening, there was also a balloon release in honor of those who have passed and those still in treatment and recovery.
And how does Relay for Life help people with cancer?
Well, the money raised from Relay for Life all across the United States and internationally go to help new treatments, fund clinical trials, provide services, and different programs for cancer survivors. So it does a wide variety of things, and all the money raised here tonight will go to help that.
Jolie also spoke to a couple of participants of the Burlington Relay for Life to find out what inspired them to get involved.
Why did you decide to join Relay for Life?
Well, my friend's mom is a survivor of cancer, so she asked me to join her team a few years ago, and I thought it was a good idea.
When I heard about it, I actually thought it was an amazing idea, and I loved the idea of it, and I thought it was just a great way to help donate for cancer to stop it.
The most solemn portion of the evening was the traditional Luminaria bag ceremony. White bags are decorated with the names of people who have been impacted by cancer and, often, messages of love from those who support and remember them. The bags are placed around the track as a way to honor and remember the loved ones of those gathered for the event.
Why do you think it's important to bring attention to the fight against cancer?
Unfortunately, there are too many people and families who've been affected by cancer, and we are making progress. Our ACS person told us today that people are living longer, people are finding it sooner, so we're making a dent. We just want to make it bigger.
Thanks, Jolie, and thanks to everyone who worked to make this event a success. For BNews Weekly, I'm Robert Paris.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Jolie. And thank you all the dedicated volunteers to make that event a success. Burlington residents and businesses will soon see an increase in their water bills. On Monday evening, the Board of Selectmen voted to approve new water rates with incremental increases for the next 3 years. The first of the increases will go into effect on July 1st. DPW Director John Sanchez told the board the rate increase is needed to meet the town's obligations in its move to connect to the Massachusetts Water Resource Authority, or the MWRA. In May, town meeting voted to approve an initial connection through Lexington and the ability to draw up to 1 million gallons per day as needed to meet the town's demand. Sanchez said the increase will be modest. As an example, the minimum bill, which affects 36% of residents, will go from $158 to $163 per year. Burlington's average user will see an increase from $327 to $334 per year. Similar rate increases are expected for the next decade. In total, Sanchez said they expect to raise the necessary funds by raising rates an average of $10 per year for the next 10 years. Starting next month, Burlington residents will no longer be able to place certain waste items on the curb for free pickup. On Monday, the Board of Selectmen voted to eliminate the free white goods and CRT collection. White goods include items like appliances, including stoves, air conditioners, refrigerators, small electronics, including microwaves, as well as large metal objects like swing sets, lawnmowers, exercise equipment, and boilers. CRT items are objects such as television sets and computer monitors. Bulk items such as tables, couches, chairs, and mattresses can still be discarded for free. DPW John Sanchez said the change is meant to keep the town's trash and recycle costs within a reasonable level. He said recycling has become more expensive and that the services of the white goods disposal is costing the town $100,000 per year. The board voted to approve the change, and the elimination of the free white goods CRT pickup will go into effect on July 1st. Sanchez said the town has worked with Republic Services, a company that picks up bulk items. Residents can have items picked up at the prices in this chart. Residents can also seek any vendor that provides this service and make their own arrangements. Anyone with questions for Republic Services or wants to schedule a pickup can call them at 800-442-9006. Citizens, many local religious leaders have held a number of rallies at the Immigration and Custom Enforcement Field Office in the district in Burlington to protest the current immigration policies put forth by the Department of Justice. BNEWS Director Rich Hosford went to check out one of these rallies and has this report.
You may have seen them recently. Large crowds of people, some of them with signs, gathered at the district off of Mall Road, sometimes standing in front of a nondescript building and sometimes marching around the office park. They are citizens, many of them local religious leaders, rallying against the current U.S. immigration policies that, they say, are unjustifiably breaking immigrant families apart and causing unnecessary pain to young children. They are marching in the district because it is the location of an Immigration and Custom Enforcement, commonly known as ICE, office. It is the only ICE field office in Massachusetts and thus has become the focal point for protesters from around the state.
The people who are being picked up, the people who are being deported, it's very arbitrary. It's often the low-hanging fruit. It's the folks who are coming to their interviews, the folks who are doing their check-ins, the folks who are paying their taxes, because they are the people who are the easiest for ICE to come and knock on their doors, or to take them from their green card interviews, or to take them from their marriage interviews.
One policy in particular has many of the people here up in arms, the separation of children from their families as groups try to enter the country through the southern border. Government officials have said this is a deterrent to convince people to stay home and not to try to enter the country illegally. However, many people, like the ones gathered here, say the measure is an abuse of power and is used not only against people attempting to illegally cross the border, but also those seeking asylum from their countries of origin.
The recent policy that Attorney General Sessions announced of separating children and parents at the border when they come for asylum is another catalyst.
The rally goers were peaceful, often silent as they made their way around the district. The goal was not to confront directly or cause problems, but to be seen and bring about a change in the law.
Well, how I said is because we are understanding that we need to change the law, that these 11 million of people that don't have documentation, that they be able to have a documentation. They're working in this country, trying to do their best here, and we need to help them. Members of my church are suffering that situation. Some of them have been locked up, and we are fighting to get them free.
Finally, participants explained the importance of making public demonstrations both to send a message to government officials and politicians, but to also be an example for other citizens that change starts with groups of dedicated people making themselves heard.
It's so important for every person to stand up and be counted and be heard, because otherwise no change will result from this administration's horrible policies about deporting people unfairly and separating families, separating children. My heart breaks for all of those families who are in horrible situations, and it's the least that we can do to stand out here, even in the rain, and show our support for those who are in such a horrible state right now.
No, I feel very happy and invite other brothers and sisters to join us to continue working, because we made one work, but we need to get until we change the situation.
We're trying to raise awareness and also to galvanize people to act. You know, the people in the United States are powerful. I think it's easy for us to forget that we elect our officials and that this is a government by the people, of the people, and for the people. And so it's not only our right, but it's our responsibility. If things that are happening in our country that are cruel, that are inhumane, that are immoral, and that are unjust, we have both the power and the responsibility to change it. And so doing things publicly as a way of reminding folks that, yes, you too can say this is wrong. You too can show up at your local officials, at your local ICE office. You can demand that these practices stop.
At the district, I'm BNEWS Director Rich Hosford.
Thank you, Rich. 6 Burlington students graduated from a program aimed at helping youth with difficult circumstances find success in their education. On Thursday, June 7th at 6 p.m., 6 students graduated from Simon Youth Academy, a program of the Simon Youth Foundation, at Burlington High School during a formal ceremony. The Academy's class of 2018 graduates were Sophia de Macedo, Georgina Lopez Silva, Stephen Negro, Kenneth Putney, Trishona Williams, and Evan Yancey. Simon Youth Foundation President and CEO, Dr. J. Michael Durnall, says the foundation believes all youth, no matter their personal circumstances, should have the opportunity and resources to pursue their dreams through education, and that financial reasons should never prevent students from achieving their goal. The Simon Youth Foundation partners with public schools to build Simon Youth Academies. Simon Youth Academies and Simon Youth Scholarships provide opportunities for education and professional development. The Simon Youth Foundation is funded by Simon Properties, the entity that owns malls, including the Burlington Mall across the country. The goal of the program is to help students facing difficult situations succeed in education. According to the website, Simon Youth Academies offer flexible schedules and small class sizes that make learning accessible to students who struggle to connect with material in a traditional classroom or school because of homelessness, bullying, serious illness, parenthood, supporting their families, or facing other challenging personal circumstances. We go now to BNews weatherman Peter Brown in our Weather Center to see what's in store during the week ahead. We'll also check out the community calendar with Maddie Shipka to see what's happening in Burlington.
Well, hello everyone, and this is Peter Brown with a look at your weather for the next 7 days. If you can believe it, here we are in the middle of June already. We are less than a week away from the official start to summer, and if summer-like temperatures are really your thing, you are going to like the forecast that we have coming up for the next 7 days. Now, starting out our period on Friday, we're going to see temperatures, this was actually a little bit higher when we put the forecast together. There's actually a very chilly area of air over eastern Canada right now, and that's going to be kind of making its way, pressing its way a little bit down towards us here in the Burlington area. So you might have to shave off maybe 3 or 4 degrees of this high. So looks like starting on Friday, we're going to have beautiful sunny skies, but probably temperatures only in the lower 70s. So a little bit below what it should be at this time of the year. Now, notice what our record high is supposed to be on June 15th. By the time we get on towards Monday, we're not going to be too far from that temperature. So that's something, if you like the hot weather, to really look forward to. As we get to the end of the period, of course, we're into almost the 3rd week in June. We'll be right into summer at that point, and our average highs at that time of the year around 80 degrees, and we're going to see temperatures much warmer than that. And of course, right now, we are just about at the longest parts of our days right now. We only have a couple more days left where the days will start getting a little bit longer. And after that, once we get past June 21st, the days are going to start getting a little bit shorter again. So can't believe that we're already to the half point of the year. but we are, and summer is on its way. Now, as we go ahead, let me show you a little bit about what's going to be going on with our weather for the next 7 days. Now, this is a pretty tranquil weather map, a little bit, better than what we've seen the past few weeks. We're not going to be seeing any of that really widespread rain that we've seen over many weekends over this past spring. In fact, what we're going to be seeing is a real summer-like weather pattern coming up with a Bermuda high setting up to our south and east. And this is going to start to bring in some really warm air as we get into the latter portions of the weekend. So especially Sunday and Monday, we're really going to start to feel the heat here in the Burlington area. Now, of course, going around this side of the high pressure center, we're going to see again that humid weather coming in on Monday. And we're going to see the chance of some showers and thunderstorms as we get in towards the Tuesday time frame. After those clear through, we're going to see a relatively slowly moving cold front coming through our area. And this is going to dry us out a little bit and keep our temperatures very pleasant, really in the low to mid 80s. So if you have vacation coming up next week, you have really picked a great week. And as we go ahead, let me show you some of those great temperatures that we have coming up for the start of summer. Now again, here on Friday, we're going to see absolutely beautiful conditions if you have to be out and about in the Burlington area. Nice, sunny, dry weather. And again, probably going to have to shave a few degrees off of this temperature on Friday, probably only making it to maybe 73 or 74. But by the time we get into Saturday, look at what's happening. The temperatures are starting to really respond to that Bermuda high off the coast, and temperatures will be in the mid-80s. Now on Sunday, temperatures we're expecting to be probably in the upper 80s and low 90s, again under partly sunny skies, and then we're going to be seeing some more humidity coming in as we get to the latter portion of Sunday. Now on Monday, probably a best bet is we're going to see temperatures between 90 to 95 degrees on Monday afternoon here in the Burlington area. Now, late on Monday night, going to Tuesday morning, we're going to see that cold front slide through our area, continuing to bring those showers and thunderstorms through most of Tuesday, and that's going to drop our temperatures quite a bit, back down to seasonable levels down in the low 80s. But after that clears out, look at this. Wednesday and Thursday, as you get towards the end of next week, temperatures warming up again, back up into the mid and upper 80s. So everyone, get out there, enjoy this great summer weather, and have a great week.
I'm Maddie Shipka, and this is your community calendar. She was a political activist and participated in the Civil War. On Thursday, June 21st at 7 p.m., the Burlington Public Library will be having a special presentation called I Can't Die But Once, about Harriet Tubman's Civil War experience. Gwendolyn Quezera-Prezzuti portrays Harriet Tubman. For the past 20 years, Gwendolyn has engaged audiences with performances giving voice to real-life accounts, struggles, self-determination, and triumphs of the woman she portrays. Everyone is welcome and the event is free. For more information, visit burlington.org or call 781-270-1690. Come and walk or run for cancer. On Saturday, June 23rd from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Burlington High School, Leahy Health will be having their 13th annual 5K Cancer Walk and Run. Since the first 5K in 2005, donors have raised $2.4 million in support of cancer diagnosis, treatment, and recovery. Everyone is welcome to attend. Pre-registration is required. For more information and to pre-register, visit burlingtonareachamberofcommerce.org. Come and bring your own tents and sleeping bags and enjoy the great outdoors. On Saturday, June 23rd through the 24th, the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department will be having their annual Great American Campout at Simons Park. There will be backyard games, an outdoor movie, and much more. The event is for Burlington residents only. Pre-registration is required. For more information and to register, please visit burlingtonrecreation.org or call 781-270-1695. I'm Maddie Shipka, and this has been your Community Calendar.
Thank you, Peter, and thank you, Maddie. The spring sports postseason is rapidly drawing to a close, but a few Burlington teams are still battling it out in search of league championships. We go now to BNews sports reporter Matt DiMarzio for the latest BNews sports report.
Hey everyone, this is Matt DiMarzio here for a weekly sports report. Saturday at 4:30, the Burlington High softball team has a big game. Make that a huge game. The Red Devils will be playing for the Division 1 North Championship at Lowell's Martin Field against North Reading. The Hornets are undefeated this season with 22 straight wins, including victories in the playoffs by scores of 12-0 and 10-2. Burlington is no slouch either, with 3 straight playoffs wins, including a 15-2 shellacking of second-seeded Gloucester on Wednesday night in Lowell. Christina Clark took a no-hitter and a shutout into the 7th inning against Gloucester, but still managed to chalk up her 3rd playoff victory of the season. In 3 games, Clark and the Burlington defense have allowed only 4 runs. The Devils earned the right to play Gloucester with a 2-1 win over Triton Regional in a thrilling game. All in all, it's been a great season for the girls on the diamond. Recently, BNEWS reporter Tad Stefanak met with the girls for a look at the season thus far. We go to him now.
Burlington High School softball team is arguably the year's hottest, with a 15-4 regular season record and once again slugging their way through the playoffs. But Red Devil softball isn't only hot this season, they've been hot for years. Since I first met with Coach Kristen Mahoney in 2011, now married, mother of one, Coach Farrell has made Red Devil softball one of Burlington High School's most consistent winners, establishing a Red Devil legacy of 7 Middlesex League championships and taking the Eastern Massachusetts crown in 2 of those seasons. BNews reporter Matt Damasio was on hand covering their playoff game against Penatucket Regional High School and asked the 9-year coach how her coaching has improved.
I'm hoping it's improved quite a bit. When I first started, I was definitely fresh and new, and I've learned so much since my first year, and hopefully we see that on the field.
This is my 4th year on the softball team. This is our 4th time being in the playoffs too. The past 3 years we've made it to the state semifinals, so hoping to go past that this year. And every year being on the team, it's been a lot of fun.
So I've been on the softball team here for 2 years, and it's been a lot of fun. We have a good time here. We've always been pretty good. We always win the league, and yeah, hopefully we'll be very successful in the postseason.
Despite their winning ways, this year's biggest challenge has been keeping up their energy.
When a big play happens, we need to just get more excited, but other than that, we've been doing a great job.
So I think that's our biggest challenge. We need to keep positive throughout every game and just keeping our energy up.
We're definitely the type of team that has a job to do, and we just go out and do it. And that doesn't necessarily mean like a lot of talk. So we've been working really hard on being energetic and just, supporting each other and being loud to get the momentum back on our side when we need to.
And at the end of the day, this is a Red Devils team with its heart in the right place, joining the movement of support for longtime Burlington bus driver Dottie Yearden's fight against cancer.
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. So we love Dottie. Dottie's been our bus driver, since I played ball, so she's very special to all of us. Nobody loves Burlington kids more than Dottie. And so when we heard that she was diagnosed with cancer, we knew that we had to do something. So we decided we would have a game to support her, and we had so many people come out for it, and only Dottie can draw a crowd like that. Right. So the Dottie Strong game was just to, show her our support. We were able to collect donations and money to give to her to help her with her fight.
Matt asked the seniors and captains if they had any advice for the upcoming underclassmen.
For the underclassmen, I would say that it's a lot of fun up here. We do take it seriously, but just don't take this for granted. You're only here for a couple of years, so.
I would say, just have fun while you're here. Don't take it for granted. This is one of our last games, so definitely goes by fast. And, have a good time while you're here, I guess.
Coach Farrell has had her squads to the state championship on more than one occasion, but has yet to get to the top of that mountain. So we had to ask.
Are you going to go all the way this year?
Oh, definitely. I hope so.
Definitely. Yeah. You'll see us in the state finals.
Yes.
I hope so. I remember you guys asking me this, years back, and I thought, yes, we're definitely doing it. It's this year, right?
Yes. Definitely this year. Yeah. No time like the present.
Absolutely. We have a great team. I think we can do it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All of us here at BCAT and throughout Burlington wish the BHS Red Devil softball team the best as they continue through the playoffs. From Marvin Field, I'm BNews reporter Tad Stefanak. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Tad. In other Red Devil news, the BHS baseball team also had an excellent state tournament run, reaching the North semifinals before falling to Beverly 5-1. Before Beverly, the Red Devils had defeated North Andover and Whittier Tech, both shutouts, to earn their 3rd straight trip to the North Finals. In all, 4 Burlington teams made the tournament this spring, as the girls tennis team and the boys lacrosse team also qualified for their respective tournaments. The girls' tennis team lost in the second round to Concord Carlisle, while the boys' lacrosse squad lost to Masconomet Regional in the opening round. That is all for your weekly sports report. I'm Matt DiMarzio, and we'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Matt, and thank you, Tad. Another week, another photo to highlight. This week, we have Bambi, nestled in a soft bed of vegetation. It was sent in by BCAT's own Chris Flaherty and shows a young white-tailed deer lying down in some tall grass near Burlington's Grandview Farm. It looked very cozy, and Chris tried to take the picture without disturbing it or ruining its nap. Thanks for the photo, Chris. We'd like to see your photos. They could be of something you see around town, the weather outside your own door, or even photos of your family members and pets. Email your photos to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line, Photo of the Week. Well, that's it for this week's of BNEWS Weekly. I'm Linda McNamee. Have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful week, and I'll see you around town. Good night.